everyone, it's Mary from Manchester Mangoes and welcome to another video. So today's video is going to be part 1 of my travel series. If you guys didn't know, I put up a video I think like 3 weeks ago that I was going to do a travel series. So I was going to answer all these questions about traveling, and yeah, so this is the first one I'm going to do. I know I have been really slack on YouTube lately. I've been working very hard on finishing my ebook, of course running my coaching business at the moment, which is great, but it is a lot of hard work and really hard trying to balance it all out and trying to fit YouTube in as well, because you know I love YouTube and I love all you guys and I love, you know, inspiring people, if that's what I do, and it's great and it makes me really happy. But yeah, so I'm just trying to find that balance again. So I apologize for yeah, taking so long. Sorry, it's quite hazy still outside from the smoke. It's actually come back today, so my eyes are a little bit sore, so bear with me. Anyways, enough rambling there. So the first part of this travel series videos is I wanted to tell a little bit of a story and tell you guys about like my travel experience and where I've been and what got me into traveling and everything, just so you guys can get a background and like some sort of a history from my background, and yeah, if that makes sense, and how like traveling all came about. Just want to say sorry about the mess in the background. Haven't cleaned the house for a while and I kind of just thought I'd just set up here in the middle of the lounge room, so sorry. Anyways, let's begin with the story. Oh, my eye is twitching. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I was actually born overseas. I was born in the Philippines, where my mum is from, and then when I was about 1 year old, I went to Australia and my mum and dad got married, and then I moved to Germany with my dad, and we lived there for about 6 years. So I lived in Berlin, Germany. German was my first language. I went to kindergarten there, and dad kind of had to make the decision when I turned 6 of whether he was going to enroll me in school in Germany or if he was going to move back to Australia, because my dad had lived in Australia since he was like 20 or something like that. So dad decided to move back to Australia. You know, he had his other daughter there and he had his, you know, job, and you know, because he's a builder and everything. So we moved to Australia, and that's when, yeah, I lived in Australia. So ever since I was younger, traveling was kind of in my blood. Like I was traveling from the Philippines to Australia to Germany, and I did a few trips in between there to the Philippines and stuff like that. But that's another story time. I just want to tell my travel story right now. And yeah, and then during my like primary school years, I traveled a lot with my dad because he actually worked in Hong Kong. My dad's one of those people that has like a billion projects going on at the one time. A little bit, I think that's where I get it from. So he like had 5 different jobs. He was a builder back home, and he also like sold cars. So we would go to Hong Kong a lot where he would buy cars. He had this car business. So I traveled to Bangkok with him a lot, to Hong Kong, to Singapore, to Malaysia, all of Asia, like every year. And we would also go to Germany and the Philippines almost every year. So we would alternate years, like between Germany and the Philippines, to visit family for Christmas or for like someone's birthday or a special occasion. You know, just taking in turns between seeing the families. And then, yeah, that was all well and good. I traveled to a lot of Asian countries because, you know, while in the Philippines, we'd like make the most of it and go to like China, like Hong Kong, or, you know, stuff like that. Anyways, when I was 20 years old, I really wanted to go to Bali. Like I was just, you know, dying to go there. So many people were going to Bali for holidays. It looked so beautiful, and my whole life I just traveled with my family. I'd never done anything for myself, and I was turning 21, and you know, I just thought, oh, I'm gonna go to Bali. So my friend and I organized a trip to Bali together for my 21st birthday, and we booked everything. And anyways, last minute before we went to Bali, my mum pretty much like gave my dad an ultimatum that he had to come with me to Bali or else she was gonna like leave him or something. I don't know, she wasn't going to, but anyways, she didn't want me to go to Bali by myself. So my dad pretty much followed me and my friend around for 10 days. It was pretty annoying. Like my friend hated it. She's like, your dad's like following us again. Anyways, he stayed at a separate hotel, but he would be there. So it was pretty much, my parents were really overprotective. I mean, I am an only child within my family, and yeah, my mum's very like protective of me. So you could understand that she wanted my dad to like look after me and everything. Anyways, that was my first trip kind of alone with a friend. And yeah, I just wanted to travel more. So did a few trips to Germany and the Philippines in that time. And then when I was 24 years old, I just turned vegan and I'd planned on moving to the UK by myself because I didn't want to live in Australia anymore. As you guys may know, I was struggling with like my eating disorder a lot, and I just wanted a change. Like I thought that as, you know, traveling and moving to another country would change, it'd be an escape. I was having a lot of relationship problems at the time. And so yeah, I applied for a nursing job in the UK, I got my visa for the UK, and I decided to travel Europe for the summer by myself and backpack. So that's when I started my YouTube channel. If you guys didn't know, I started it in June or July 2014 on the way to Europe. So my dad came with me to Thailand. We had a little bit of a holiday together, and then he was going to go to Germany to see our family there. Then I was going to hang out in Germany for a bit and then go traveling by myself. So that was really fun. So that's when I first started my YouTube channel, because I was gonna like vlog and everything, but you know, I was having too much fun to even think about YouTube and everything like that back then. So I was 24, went to Europe, stayed in Germany for a little bit with my dad, and then I decided to travel by myself. So I did 13 countries on my own. I met up with a few friends along the way. So yeah, I pretty much did all of Europe. I did Sail Croatia, I did Turkey, I went to Lagos, I went to Spain, I went to London, I went to Sweden. Again, I've been to Sweden before. What else did I do? I don't remember. I went to Italy actually, Czech Republic, and then I went to Vietnam and Singapore on the way home. Anyways, long story short, I did 13 countries in that time. I can't really remember, but I will list down below the countries I've been to if you want to. That was really fun. And then I was in the UK at the end of my 3 months, and I was getting ready to live there, and I was going to be staying with a friend, and I was going to look for a place, and I was going to start a nursing job. And then Australia was just calling home. I wasn't ready to keep traveling, and my relationship was getting, I wanted to work my relationship out with Bo. And so I decided to move home, and we got back together. That's another story as well. Like, I keep bringing stories in because like my life is literally so sporadic and up and down and spontaneous that there's a million stories within one. So guys, bear with me. I decided to go home, so that was awesome. I mean, I did Vietnam with my cousin. I met him there on the way home, and then I decided to do Singapore by myself for a week, just to like, you know, meditate, do a lot of self-developing, and just reflect on my trip alone for 3 months. Like, I cried, it was hard, I got lost, I got bed bugs, I got followed, I got things stolen, I lost money, like so much stuff happened, but it was the best time of my life to go by myself, and just to really, like, I feel like I matured so much in that time as well, because I feel like I was still so naive at that time, because I felt like my eating disorder was holding me back a lot in my personal growth and development and everything. So anyways, enough said. Oh, also, I've been to Dubai before as well. Before that. Anyways, I went there with one of my ex-boyfriends ages ago. Another story. Anyways, then I came back home to Australia, and Bo and I decided that we wanted to travel together. So we decided to work our asses off. I literally came home with no money, like zero money. I got my job back straight away. I was really lucky in that sense because, you know, they were like, oh, we're so happy you're back, that you didn't move, we're so happy you didn't move overseas and all that stuff. So I was really, really lucky that I was really close with the people that I was working with at the time, until stuff went down. Anyways, decided to save up for traveling with Bo. So we worked and worked and worked. I quit my job as a nurse to work with Bo. Few reasons there while I quit. Most of all, it was my boss. He was just putting a lot of pressure on me, and still love nursing, by the way, if anyone was wondering. I love nursing. I am still a nurse, but it was just the person I was working with and for that was really upsetting me at the time. So anyways, so Bo and I decided to go traveling. So we saved up, sold our lives, sold our cars, sold our furniture, gave up our social lives, you know, pretty much budgeted really hard. But that, like, more of that will come in the series. Like, I'll explain how I saved and everything like that. But yeah, this is just literally me telling you a story. We went to Thailand first. I already planned to go to Thailand before we planned on traveling together, so I already booked my flights, but I never took the return flight, if that makes sense. So I still went to Thailand. I lived there for 3 months, here in Chiang Mai last year. Bo came to visit for 1 week, and then he went traveling with his brother to India and to all that. So then I met Bo in Sri Lanka, and then we pretty much traveled from there, and I did 18 countries and he did 20. This was all within 7 months, so it was pretty intense and it was amazing. And we literally only just finished traveling this year in January, but it feels like a lifetime ago that we finished traveling. Yeah, so we came home, went back to work. I really wanted to build my business in my health coaching. I wanted to finish my studies. I wanted to, you know, make YouTube videos and everything, but I couldn't do that whilst I was working a full-time job. We thought, look, with the money that we have together, and you know, if I can work on my business here and Bo can work on his business, and we can, you know, we can live here in Thailand. So we decided to move here, and here I am. So that's my traveling story. So I think altogether I've been to like 38 countries. Like with my family, I traveled a lot with my family, and like I mentioned before, like traveling is in my blood. Like my dad has traveled to so many countries, so like 60 something countries. He moved to Australia when he was 20. He's been pretty much everywhere, and my mum, I don't know, she hasn't traveled that much. She doesn't really like traveling, but I definitely get it from my dad, and it's in my family. And it's really been an advantage for me having, you know, parents that are from overseas. That's been a really, you know, great part of my life, and I'm really grateful for it, because yeah, like any excuse will do to go visit family overseas, right? So I feel like I'm really experienced in traveling, and I definitely still want to keep traveling, but I feel like right now I need to be in the one spot and just work on myself. You know, I'm just really excited for what's to come, and I feel like if I just keep moving around, I get really sidetracked. So I feel like I need to be in one spot, whether it's here, whether it was in Australia. I just need to be still for now. So we're thinking about going back to Australia, not sure when, but yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is my traveling story. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update of, you know, how I started traveling, why it came about, and how amazing it's been. So yeah, and I hope to share my knowledge and what I've learned with all of you guys. So again, if you have any questions, leave them down below that you want answered, of course. I have a bit of a list, but I'll kind of like add hints and tips and other stuff there if they come up. Please bear with me. I will try and do at least one video a week, because I am really busy right now. I think YouTube has kind of, I've been pretty slack on the YouTube front, I must admit. So I'm really sorry about that. And yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go add me on Snapchat, check out my Instagram, like me on Facebook, and check out my website for coaching and my new ebook. So yeah, that's all. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.